It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Lifelong dreams being elevated. Leave a nigga face down like he meditating. Growing up, trepidation in my locale. Here in 40 cal, know somebody need resuscitation. I describe myself, nothing define me. Paper cut, sharp origami. Business in the iPhone, biting the apple like Shinigami. Death notes, every bar's like a homie. I'm the Clyde with a Bonnie. Rhythmalism, I'm too quick. New scripts, I'm producing them daily like news clips. Roof Chris, give me all of the beef, I'm a sous chef. Homies had them 8 balls for the grin like a pool stick. I learn my ingredients as I get older, more lenient. We use bitch niggas to be convenient. Need more cash, that's immediate, expedient. My experience teaching what I couldn't get from PBS. Freedom of the finance, read a pie graph, I take my pride back. Flip the color like a Mike Jack, niggas ain't like that. Take a name like it's Iraq, you diss me? Might stab a nigga with a wine glass, it's risky. Might crash, don't invite me to the function. I smash niggas pumpkins, all together conjunction. Southside nigga cooking up like it's a luncheon. We don't need a studio to get you niggas punched in. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Saturday afternoon. In this particular show, we're going to be talking about David Banner and a recent interview he did on Big Boy TV, Big Boy's Neighborhood, in which the subject of Kendrick Lamar, his Super Bowl performance, and just his overall performance as an artist over the past year, they ended up talking about it. So much so that Banner saluted not only the performance, but also said that Kendrick is responsible for kids out here taking hip hop seriously to the point of looking into lyrics, dissecting bars, and appreciating lyricism. And this is something that he's witnessed firsthand in the past year off of Kendrick alone. All right. Now, I fuck with David Banner heavy. This is somebody who I've looked up to for many years. He's somebody who has planted many seeds out here in the city in which I grew up in Atlanta over the past probably 10 plus years. I think he's been living out here even longer. So I wasn't necessarily expecting him to come out and say these things because Banner, at one point he was doing a lot of interviews, but at another point he slowed down. If you actually check out the interview with him and Big Boy, he even talks about some of the health issues that sat him down for the past 3 years. And he's recovered. He's looking good, sounding good. And I guess he's back on the scene. Again, this is somebody who I've definitely looked up to, not only musically from his presence on the mic to production, to the work he does in the community, to his love and respect and reverence for Black people. So I'm super excited to see him talk highly about Kendrick because I never knew how he felt about him in any way. You know what I'm saying? Because he typically doesn't just talk about people anyway. You know what I'm saying? He typically talks about specific issues or things that may be on his heart as it pertains to the culture. So let me go ahead and pull up this video where they talk about the Super Bowl and everything like that. It's not that it's about 5 minutes or so, but if you watch the entire thing, it's really about a 10-minute segment where they get into that, they get into him, they get into Drake, the Drake battle or whatever. But at this current point, I'm not really trying to talk about that as much because we've talked so much about it. The interview itself is over an hour, but that segment where he talks about things pertaining to Kendrick is about 10 minutes, but I took about half of it. Let me go ahead and pull it up and we get right to it.
How did you feel about Kendrick at the Super Bowl?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I love his artistry. And I love how he treats his family and how he feels about the culture. You know, one thing that I want to say, and I mean this, especially when it comes to Black people, is even if you feel a certain way, we shouldn't say that shit in public.
Yep, that's why I tell people. Even if I tell like my brother, if I felt like he was wrong, I tell him in the car.
Yeah. Like man, the fact that he's there is so wonderful. And this is what bothers me. If you are gonna criticize, why don't you criticize everybody like that? If you're gonna swing the sword, swing the sword. And if you're gonna swing the sword, be God enough or God-like enough to give not just criticism. Oh, okay, well, what do you think I could do better? Right. You don't know, because you a bum.
Right.
Like, man, like, come on, we gotta love each other. We gotta do better. I am so proud. And if I can't say nothing else, This man brought LA together in a way that I have not seen since the 60s. And bro, Kendrick don't move around that much. For him to sit in and write something that can galvanize people in the way that he galvanized people,
Yeah, man.
bro, that's powerful.
And you know what I love about that? You lived here, but Banner, you're not from here. And even when I saw the pop out, people probably thought like, oh, the pop out, oh, not like us, oh, can you know? But I saw what was powerful about the pop out. I knew what cultures were up there. I saw the Crips, I saw the Bloods, I saw, the Latinos. I saw what it looked like. I saw people walking out. Like everybody's high-fiving and not just, oh, we up, the city's up. It wasn't about Drake. It was about what we felt. And that came from, if you could say one man on one team, but what everybody felt like. And that's why when I saw the Super Bowl, people that didn't understand it, I'm like, well, maybe at that moment, it wasn't for you. But for those that knew the purpose, it served me well.
And I know my team now don't want to hear this.
Uh-oh.
But
Man.
I gotta say it. But I thought
Family
black
business,
people,
New Orleans.
I thought black people wasn't fucking with the NFL anyway. Bro, we pop off so much, bro, but we ain't supposed to be messing with them anyway. But because they gave one black person some money, and all of a sudden we back with the NFL, we ain't supposed to be watching that anyway. Since we talking about all this black power right now, all this black excellence, like we get into the wrong things. And so we gonna criticize the fact that another black man is there regardless. I don't care who it is. We got that spot and we got an opportunity to shine and put on for our people. And somebody got up there and did something besides just, hey, look at me dance. That boy didn't do no hits for the most part. And still is the most viewed in history? With that's the biggest stunt of all time. I'm not even gonna do the songs y'all really like.
Gotta jump in here, man. I had to. This is what we've been talking about for weeks. This is from the criticism to the praise. Like, nigga got up there and did what he wanted to do. He had his own game plan, had his own mission, had his own set list, had his own game of how he wanted to play it from beginning to end. And I was one of the people that, when he was announced, I had a certain expectation. But once I saw it in action, I didn't have no more expectation. I'm singing along with the motherfucking song. I'm like, shit, man, I know all these bitches anyway. It don't matter. But as David Banner just said, if that was such a big deal, if him doing the hits was contingent upon the success of the show, then how is it still the most viewed ever? The first artist to not do just a whole montage of take you back from day one up to present day. He said, bitch, I'm mostly doing new shit. You know what I'm saying? And it paid off tremendously. Look at how his catalog has still catapulted in the past couple weeks since the shit took place. Niggas still went back and brought them albums back up to the top, brought them songs back up to the top. People who might have been sleeping on G and X brought that motherfucker back to the top. Not Like Us back to the top. 4 songs in the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. You can't just, if niggas didn't like it so bad, then none of that really should be happening. People should be figuring out how to get away from the music. But that ain't how it worked out.
Still gonna smash.
Yeah, man.
What? And I'm gonna play a video game with your mind at the same time? They don't even know. They're like,
Hey, man. And you know what I love about that, man? And not even just about the numbers, but that's Michael Jackson. High numbers.
Yeah.
Prince, Bruno Mars. Like for Kendrick, and he did it his way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't look at that and say, man, what Kendrick doing? He didn't have no guy out there from a rock group playing a guitar. It was like, that's Kendrick.
Yeah, man. And we don't also understand, man, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to go, because
Well, that's one more thing I do want to ask you, because I
cool.
want to clarify something.
Okay, cool. I'll say this, bro. Like, I believe sometimes, bro, that we involve ourselves in lynching without knowing it. You know what I'm saying? And we publicly lynch each other, right? And for entertainment of each other. And if you notice, a lot of times when they used to lynch black people, it was black people around watching it too, when we could have been doing something to stop it. So when people ask me questions, I usually don't. This is probably the first time, go and look, y'all, that I've ever said anything about that song or what was going on with that, because I'd rather use my power for something else, right? I ducked that question. But what I will say, man, is I seen this for myself. Kids are now being involved in lyricism. My homeboys' kids, I'm not talking about nobody else's kids, is actually dissecting lyrics because of that man. And so he's able to do something in a situation that may not be the cutest situation, but I can honestly say he got a lot more out of it. He engaged mind, had people asking questions and talking about things that people hadn't done since early 90s hip-hop. I mean, we talk about Souls of Mischief. That's on your shirt, man. When I went up to the Bay, I went and engaged with Tajay, bro, because of what they did for me. From a lyricism standpoint, for me to see somebody rapping like that was outside of New York meant the world for me, or to me. So for Kendrick to be able to at least have black folks thinking all around this world, we got to give that young man some kind of credit and some kind of
Ben,
love.
I want
David Banner, ladies and gentlemen. My dog, my nigga. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Go up there and speak unbiased. Just be real. Ain't about picking no side. It ain't about none of that shit, man. It's just about seeing a nigga go up there, do his motherfucking thing, do his music, put his artwork on display, and you take it in for what it is. Now, of course, you can't avoid the Drake piece. It's there. But again, Drake is still on it. The whole tour, that nigga was still bitching and moaning. He had people in the crowd at his shows talking about Kendrick's a pussy, and he talking about something, yeah, that's facts. He still was getting up on stage, talking about, all the people that went bad, I'm keeping all my real homies, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he's over it. So if ain't nobody over it, ain't nobody over it. Fuck it. It's just a whole new season of how we approaching it. But getting off of that, I really appreciate David Banner just keeping it real, keeping it honest, and keeping it unbiased, not picking sides and just saying, yo, I appreciate that young man, what he's doing for black people, what he's doing for hip hop, what he's doing for the art form. And to be honest, as it pertains to dissecting lyrics, I think Kendrick, for the most part, is one of the artists that his whole entire career, people have been looking into his lyrics and dissecting it and looking for the deeper meanings and all of that stuff. So much so that, a lot of traditional fans that may not necessarily be all that engulfed into him have always had a disdain for his fans because they say, man, y'all overrate him. Y'all give him so much credit. Y'all say he's so great, this and that. Right? But that's something that's always been a part of his lore is what is the deeper meaning? What is the imagery? What is the messaging? What is the concept of the album? Like that's something that he's always carried with him. But it definitely ramped up tenfold in the past year with the beef and looking into the lyrics, even with Not Like Us being as simple as it is, having that third verse doing the parallels to from Atlanta today to Atlanta back during, Reconstruction and all of those different things, poaching the culture from Atlanta, the white man and all that shit. Still giving lessons that can be expounded upon in an educational manner in the lyrics, even if the lyrics ain't necessarily lyrical, miracle, spiritual shit that people sometimes be trying to put on his jacket. You know what I'm saying? But it sparked a whole different thing. Because I remember doing lyrical breakdowns on this very channel earlier before, a lot of y'all got here, back when I had maybe 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 subscribers. And lyrical breakdowns was not the wave on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I did them because I enjoyed them. And every now and then they would like hit the algorithm. But for the most part, they weren't getting all those great views or interaction and engagement. But once we got to, we got to Hiss from Megan. That was a thing. Then by the time we got to Like That and everything ramped up, it was like everybody on lyrical breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that other people weren't doing it, but the energy around doing lyrical breakdowns and trying to talk about the music and the lyrics and all that stuff, it just became a wave. And a lot of people launched channels and are making money and, you know what I'm saying, low-key launching careers in this space off of what Kendrick did. And Drake, you know what I'm saying, because there was a back and forth there for a minute. But I don't see how that could be seen as a negative. And that's the thing, right? As a hip-hop fan, whether you're a Kendrick super fan or not, in hip-hop, it's supposed to be about what you say on the mic, what you do, what you bring to the game. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has access to Balenciaga. Everybody has access to Gucci. Everybody has access to Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? As long as you could get a sack, get a check, everybody can go there. But not everybody could tap into the frequency of your brain and put together something unique and come up with the exact same thoughts or ideas and execute it in the same exact pattern in which you're going to do it. That's what individuality of hip hop is supposed to be about, from artist to artist. And I think a lot of people got caught up in the cookie cutter assembly line format of music. And people just got reminded that this is a nigga that's going to come out and make you feel something, whether you like it, love it, hate it, or whatever. He's going to make you feel something regardless to the fact. So again, big salute to David Banner. Big salute to Big Boy Neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Been going strong for many decades in this hip hop shit, still, you know, maintaining his integrity as well up there at that radio show. Because a lot of people that have been in the game this long, it's not the same. They love for this shit, they reverence for this shit don't hit the same. They just phoning it in. Big Boy's still passionate about it too. I gotta salute him. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast too. All right. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace. King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.